In this video, we will try to understand in-depth explanation of auto-increment in MySQL. In MySQL, the auto-increment attribute automatically generates unique values for columns typically used for primary key columns. It simplifies the process of ensuring that each row in table has a unique identifier. Here is a deep dive into how auto-increment works, key features, its usage, and customization options. Now let's understand what is auto-increment and its usage. Auto-increment is mainly used with integer columns int, big int, and is most commonly applied to primary key to ensure each row has a unique automatically generated identifier. So basic example you can see create table users int id is declared as int auto-increment and rest of the fields. For this, each time a row is inserted into users table, MySQL automatically assigns an incrementing value to ID column starting from 1, or you can also have a custom starting value as well. Now let's understand sequence generation and behavior. By default, the sequence for auto increment starts from 1 and each subsequent insert operations increase the value by 1. If you want to specify a custom starting value, you can do so during table creation or later using alter statement. Let's say you can have alter value to users set to 100. Now let's understand the unique auto-generated values. Auto-increment column guarantees that values will always be unique across all rows. Each time a new row is inserted without explicitly specifying a value for columns, MySQL will automatically generate the next available number. Now let's understand how deletion or failed insert impacts the auto-increment value. When a row is deleted, MySQL does not reuse auto-increment value. For instance, if you delete a row ID with 3, next inserted row will have ID as 4, leaving a gap. Now, in similar case will happen in case of the failure as well. If something fails to insert because of some constraint or something, then that auto-increment value will be gone. Now let's understand if you manually insert values. You can manually insert specific values into an auto increment column. If you insert a value higher than the current auto increment value, MySQL will continue sequence from the manually inserted value. For example, here if you see insert into users ID and name values 1000 for David, you have given it manually. So now increment will continue from 1001. Now let's understand how multiple auto increment across the tables. Only one column in a table can have auto increment attribute. You cannot have multiple auto increment columns in same table. However, you can have different tables, each with its own auto increment column. Let's understand concurrency and auto increment. Concurrency and transactions. In high concurrency environment, multiple inserts happening at the same time will still receive unique auto-incremented values. MySQL ensures atomicity in assigning these values, preventing race condition or duplicate values in transactions. However, if transactions are rolled back, any consumed auto-increment value will not be reused, leading to a gap in the sequence. How auto-increment works with replication and sharding. In MySQL replication setup, especially with master or multi-master replication, care must be taken to avoid conflicts in auto-increment values between different servers. MySQL provides options to configure this via auto-increment, increment, and auto-increment offset. Auto increment defines the step size between values. Auto increment offset defines the starting point for each server. This configuration is useful for ensuring unique values across different replication nodes, with offset and increment defining distinct sequences for each servers. You can reset or adjust the auto increment value as well. You can reset or adjust the next auto increment value at any time using alter table. This does not affect any existing row but will change the next instance values. Now let's understand few internals of auto increment. Underlying mechanism. MyISAM. The MyISAM storage engine, MySQL stores last used auto increment value in memory and writes to disk when table is closed or when MySQL is shut down. InnoDB. In InnoDB storage engine, the auto increment value is stored within the table itself and is recalculated from the data on server setup. Error handling with auto increment. In rare cases where manual or custom inserts into auto increment column cause a duplicate key violation, for example, inserting a value that already exists, MySQL will throw a duplicate key error. This can be managed by avoiding manual inserts into column or ensuring the values being inserted do not conflict with the existing values. Best practice.